right, let's go ahead and get started with writing the code. And um, okay, before we create our variables, um, what we're going to do is these like components like servo motors. There's actually a variety of different libraries that are, written by programming experts that expand the functionality of components like servo motors. And so without us having to write up a bunch of extra stuff, we can simply just include that library in the code that we're writing. And the way we'll do that is hashtag include and space open caret, and the library that we want is servo dot h close. And whenever you're using instructions that have a hashtag in it, you don't need a semicolon. Okay, give ourselves some space. And now we need to, um, you know, put a name to the object that we're using. And so what the object that we're using is, let's say have servo and have space my servo. So that's what we'll refer to this in our main functions of our code, semicolon. So and S is capital in my servo. Okay, now we can set up a constant for the potentiometer. So remember that the middle pin, and we'll call this pot pin equal to a 0. So if you look back at the schematic diagram, you'll see that that middle pin that is reading, the adjustment that we make with the knob on our potentiometer, it's plugged into pin A0, and that will be what we use, what we're calling our constant. And then also we have to create some variables to hold the values of the potentiometer. So this will be pot val and colon, semicolon, and then we have another variable for the angle we want our servo motor to turn to, and this will be somewhere in between 0 and 180 degrees. So let's see, we've taken care of all of the variables that we need for this program. Let's go ahead and save this. Oops. And call this servo. All right. And so let's move on to our setup function.